Alright, so we're going to do a little flight review today of the Guanli FW190. I purchased two of these airplanes. One of them is in the garbage can right now. We had a pretty bad crash yesterday. We ended up breaking the rear stabilizers, the elevators, and the whole rear section broke off, and it's trashed. So that airplane's pretty much done. But this is the other one, and it flies great. This one's got about 40 flights on it. It was a kit build, so it didn't come with any electronics. We're using an Exceed RC 480 engine. I'm using this APC 11x47 prop. Nice slow fly prop for this airplane, keeps it from going too fast, gives it a nice scale flight appearance, but provides plenty of grab so you have enough speed and you can hover this plane. You can also see in there we've made our own firewall. The original airplane used a gearbox mounting system, so it had a stick mount, and then it would tie to the gearbox. We've made our own servos in the wings. It didn't come stock like that. It used a servo inside and had control wires that would go out, and it just didn't work. So we went with the direct servo. We're using a 1600 milliamp battery and a CT6B radio system. And it's a pretty fun airplane to fly. I'm going to take it up, get it trimmed out, and then we'll do some flying with it. So here we go. We're dealing with about 4 to 6 mile an hour winds today. So you can see the airplane's kind of blowing with the wind. That's all right. It's not too bad. Nice low pass here. You can see here the power. I got plenty of power. I'm at about a little bit over half throttle for that maneuver. This airframe is a good $30 airframe. It's kind of hard to find. Not very many people are stocking it anymore. With Airfield coming out with all their like really scale designed airframes, this one's just kind of lost its popularity. It's not as popular as it once was. And it's also an older design, so I think people are just kind of wanting something newer. And so it's kind of hard to find. I know Nitroplanes, where we got it, doesn't carry it anymore. Banana Hobby may have it. Definitely you can get them with a different paint scheme at Hobby King. So, but I think it's a great flying airplane. It's a good second or third airplane if you've had a trainer and a lot of experience with a trainer, like a 4-channel trainer. This airplane's a nice next step. It does want to dump over, but it's pretty easy to manage. And like I said, if you put the right motor in it, it's very forgiving. You can see us doing a nice hammerhead here, and very easy to fly. Not too big, slows down nice, has good stall tendencies. So if you can find it and you can get it for a good price, I do recommend it. Like I said, once again, I wouldn't get the one with the electronics already that comes with the electronics because they suck. This one's got a lot better electronics in it that we put in ourselves. Makes it a much better airplane. I think altogether we spent about $130, maybe $140 on this airplane with the batteries. So you can see it doing nice loops and good rolling characteristics, and very controllable. Does just what you want it to do. With that 1600 milliamp battery too, it's a nice balance weight-wise. We didn't seem to have to add any extra weight to the airplane in the nose. I did use a block of wood to mount the motor along with some tie wraps back to the inside of the aircraft to hold it in nice and tight for our belly landings. I think that added enough weight that we didn't have to do any clay or anything, so there's really not a whole lot of dead weight in this aircraft. It's mostly used weight.
I got your head for a second there, sorry.
That's okay. I'd say this aircraft probably reaches speeds between 35, 40 miles an hour, maybe a little bit faster. Nice scale-looking aircraft, though, and I prefer that to these little airfield airplanes where they're whipping them around at like a scale 800 miles an hour, which doesn't really happen. A lot of guys seem to like that, but we like that more scale look. A little bit of a slower aircraft. Especially on these nice low passes here. We're going to go up. We're We're gonna roll. One thing I would suggest if you're gonna get something like this, if this is your first warbird, definitely go to a big flying field. I mean, this place is nice. There's not a lot of trees out on the field itself. We do have some trees around, but give yourself a lot of room. These airplanes can move out on you very quickly. The other thing I would suggest too is try to stay away from the houses and stuff. Even here, we don't, you know, if I'm going to crash, I'm going to go into the woods rather than into the houses. You don't want to make people mad. This airplane's big enough that it probably could do some damage if it crashed. See, it's kind of windy. It's going to be a bit of a scary landing. Cutting back and swoosh. Nice.